Hey everybody, welcome to Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3, or if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, Apple Hobart, welcome. This is a 99% clairvoyant reading. I'm going to move this back a little bit more. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like my channel, subscribe to it, and like the videos, and leave me a little comment. When you leave a little comment, YouTube will actually use their algorithms to send Coaching for the Soul around the planet to people who need to hear this message of Coaching for the Soul. And if you are here live, please say hello when you come into the program. And there's a lot to talk about today. So we will get there as people come in. Hey, Natasha. How's it going? Hi, Shannon. Hey, Pat. Hey, Kelly. What's up? What's up? Does it seem like I got a lot of space up here? I don't know. Hi, Nancy Paris. How are you doing? How's New York City? Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff going on today. Hi, Abby. I sorry I didn't call you back, Abby, but I don't look at my phone after 7. It's usually shut off. So if you want to call me sometime and tell me about the situation you have with your child, that'd be cool. Hi, Kathy. Who else did I miss? Hi, Jody. Bailey's okay. Hey, Eric. He's having a hard time breathing right now. So.
One moment.
Right? I mean, you heard the laptop just popped on. Jason, how are you, my friend? Yes, that tells you how much energy is in my house right now. Hi, Karen. How are you? Yeah, so Bailey's okay. He's just in the process, you know? He's just in the process. So he's having a hard time breathing. Yeah, but today's a pretty good day. Energy's not bad. If you didn't see my video I made the other day, the little 10-minute video about, if I forget exactly what the title was, because I'm way up here right now. Hi, Carson. Yeah, some things happened with some family members, and there's some stuff going on. And I think it was defensive ego, you know, yeah. How I just popped into some place that I haven't been in probably, gosh, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Where it automatically came back defensive, defending my family. Yeah, making sure that everything's good. I'm the saver, you know. I'm the one in the world who tries to save the world. Yeah. So you guys already know that though. You know, comes from the heart. Comes from the heart. Okay, I think we're going to start because Spirit is getting going here. Okay, so full moon was yesterday. Hi, Laura. How are you? Full moon was last night at 11:45 or something like that. Kind of emotional. Energy shifted. Okay. Again, just before it, that's when I made the video, right? About some family members, you know, things are going on. So it all made sense. So it all made sense to me. I kept myself, and I hope you did too, kept yourself in alignment, kept yourself in being conscious and going, okay, that's the full moon. Because it's okay to tag things, right? Sometimes there's people who don't believe in that. And sometimes we can buy into it. I never have. I've always fought against it, right? Of saying, oh no, Bill, you need to blah, blah. No, I don't. I firmly stand in, hi Candy, I firmly stand in the planets, the universe, the galactic, that's where we come from. And when there's a full moon, we feel it. When there's a Mercury retrograde, we feel it. When there is, we feel it, okay? And that is just because we're connected to the earth and we're connected to the divine, all right? So today is the 8th, and we only have 2 weeks before the winter solstice. Okay, so, hi, Kate. Hi, Heidi. So, if you guys remember last year, winter solstice was this big ass jump into higher dimensional energy, okay? It was like a cannonball. Same thing going to happen this year, okay? It's already building, okay? It's already, and you should be feeling it. You should be feeling a little bit upset. You should be feeling a little bit of wondering what that is. You should be feeling a little bit of emotion. You should be feeling all kinds of different feelings. And what I want you to do is journal those feelings, okay? Spirit told me that this morning. That I need to have you guys journal feelings. You know me, I journal feelings on my phone, okay, all the time. Just how I'm feeling at the moment. What messages am I getting? How does my heart feel like? Do I need to meditate or not? All the choices that we have, okay? And that is because we're coming up on that winter solstice on the 21st in Capricorn, all right? Capricorn is your structure. Capricorn is law. Capricorn is this what you need to do, this is what you cannot do. Hi, Yusha, right? This is yes, this is no. With Capricorn and with the winter solstice, there is no gray area. It's yes or no, okay? And that can kind of pit people against themselves, Spirit says, all right? Because we don't know which way to, some people don't know which way to go yet. And you will eventually, all right? And that's the thing that I want to talk about next. Don't get discouraged right now. Align yourself, Spirit says, with us, right? Align yourself with us. How do you do that? You sit, and all that you do is focus on your breathing, all right? And how I do that is I close my eyes, I breathe in, I imagine my lungs, right? Getting big, exhaling, getting big, exhaling, getting big, exhaling. And your anxiety or your emotion becomes balanced, okay? You can also breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, Teresa Parker. That works magnificently. If you're driving or you can't go sit down someplace and close your eyes, that works fantastic. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And your anxiety, your emotion, your level just becomes beautiful. And you go, well, that's freaking easy as hell. It's easy, okay? Can you do it with lots of people around? Can you do it da-da-da? You can sometimes. You gotta do it in your head, right? Right? So that's the energy that we're all feeling. I mean, it's already the 8th of December. I mean, my gosh, it was just the 1st. It's, again, quantum leap energy, and I will never stop talking about that. Everything is running at a rampant pace. And understanding that you're doing just fine. Okay? I'll say that again. You're doing just fine. Everything is going according to plan. Everything is going according to plan. Hi, Allison Strange. Right? The only reason it's not going to plan is because you're allowing ego to tell you that it's not. I should be further ahead. No, you shouldn't. I should be over here. No, you shouldn't. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay? And with a little bit of belief of what I want I already have it. It's already mine. It's already yours. Because it's true. You just haven't gotten to the timeline yet of receiving it. All right? Now, we all want it quick. We all do. But guess what? Patience is the number one thing Spirit needs from you. Patience. Okay? There is no time in Spirit. Can you imagine that? They just freaking float around and do their thing. They have a timeline and they know your timeline. All your guides know the day you're born, the day you're going to die, and every freaking chapter in between. To the millisecond. And if you choose with your humanness to throw a little free will in there, there's space for that too. Because you're still going to get from point A to point B to point C to point D to point Z in the allotted amount of time. Trust me, you're going to. You just have to believe that you are. It's already yours. Where you're going is glorious, it's wonderful, and you're going to be an amazing, amazing fifth dimensional being. Or sixth dimensional being. Or seventh dimensional being. Who knows where we're going? I've been told 9th and 10th. But I'll be 63 in a month. So I'll give myself 30 years on that, right? Hey, Blake. But in 30 years, all kinds of stuff can happen, right? I mean, think about it. So you just want to make sure that when you're feeling stuff, don't push it down. Ask why. Why are you emotional today? Okay? Why is this going on? Why is that going on? And that leads me into the next thing. Spirit has been telling me all this week, probably a little bit of last week, that, hey, Carol, how are you, my dear? That we are now, I know, I want me to say this correctly. We are now going to have past life remembrances. Okay? Past life remembrances. Okay? And you want to use a diary for that too. And what that means is, let's say that you're watching something on History Channel, or you're watching something in a video, or you're watching something on a TV, like on a TV, maybe it is in your younger years, like All in the Family or Good Times or Bonanza or something like that. You can tell I'm old. And you have some type of recollection of, oh my gosh, I'm looking at Bonanza, let's say, and I used to be there. I used to be there too, or Lost in Space, or all kinds of different Star Trek, right? Why are they doing that? Because you're opening up in fourth dimensional energy, soon to be fifth dimensional energy, and your light is becoming brighter. Again, we all know this, right? We get downloads all the time. My ear's been ringing for the past week and a half like crazy. Like right now they are like crazy, and I've learned to ignore it, right? But it's way, way pitchy high. Those are all downloads. The connection is deep with all of us, all right? So when you see something, History Channel, old TV show, whatever, or memories come up when you're talking to someone, make sure that you document them. Why? Because they're leading you into your future, Spirit says, okay? They're leading you into who you have been. And also, I know, he says the cloud is thinning. The veil is thinning between all of us. And everybody is already started, or is starting now, to have those remembrances. And it's true. Okay? And we have to pay attention to that. Just like we pay attention when we get random thoughts in our head. Right? Random thoughts are when we're chilling, hanging out, whatever, and your crown chakra is relaxed, your head is relaxed, you're just kind of hanging out, and the top of your head kind of cracks. It's not one big beam anymore. And Spirit calls it eye dropping. We eye drop you. We take an eyedropper with a thought and we put it in the crack. Blink, ding, ding. So you go, why am I thinking about Tahiti? Why am I thinking about this? Why am I thinking about Northern Michigan? Why am I thinking about Florida? Why am I thinking about Hawaii? That's what you got to say. So Spirit, why am I thinking about Hawaii? What's that about? Why am I thinking about grilled cheese? It will be random, dumb stuff that is there for you to open your channel. Not only to open your channel to your clairvoyancy, but also to open your channel about past lives. So when you have something and you document it, you put it in your diary, put it in your phone, whatever, right? You write about it, journal it. So Spirit, what's that about? That's what you want to do if you can, okay? If you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's fine. Just continue to write in your journal, in your diary, talking to your phone, your iPad, whatever, to document the things that you're getting. Because everyone is going to start getting them heavily, Spirit says. Also, lots more lucid dreams. Okay? Especially getting closer to December 21st, the winter solstice, into January, February, and March. There's a big upswing in energy coming in the next 3 months, where an up-leveling is happening, and all of us are part of it. So don't be surprised if one day you go, okay, hey, Bill, there's mumbling in my left ear, Bill, and that's never happened before in my life. Or, Bill, somebody called my name last night. Or, Bill, guess what? You're not going to believe this, but I saw my fairies. Or, my guide said, hey, my name is Bobby, or whatever it might be. Be ready. Because as this energy lifts us up in higher dimensional energy, right? We're deeper connected. Spirit said this to me yesterday. I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about this. And it would be just like living in Denver, Spirit says. So you're living in Denver because my sister lives there, right? So living in Denver, you're a mile up higher in the sky. You're closer. You're closer. Connected or not, you're still closer to the divine than we are here in Metro Detroit. Right? Higher elevation. So black cats, what's the difference between right and left ear? Ringing, nothing. It's the same. If one ear rings, and it's your left ear, it is normally somebody from your past, somebody who's passed away. Okay? They're bringing you mediumship. They're bringing your intuition more online. It makes you stronger. Right ear is normally your spirit guides, your guardian angels, if one ear rings. Okay? And always, if you can, make sure that you speak that out loud. So spirit, why is my right ear ringing like crazy? You may not get an answer, but one time you might get an answer. It's all about giving them recognition that I'm conscious enough to know my right ear is ringing, and I don't know why. They're all downloads from your spirit guides. They're all downloads from the universe, okay, into your body for future activation, okay? Now, sometimes I get both of them at the same time, which is happening now. It has for a while, pretty much since I was a kid. Some days it'll come really strong and really loud on my right side. I'll be like, okay, spirit, what's that about? Who's that? What are you downloading? I know I'm not going to get an answer because it's not time for me to know yet, right? Left side, it's usually, okay, spirit, who's trying to talk to me that I'm not open to? It may be leveling up my mediumship, things like that. See? And all of us have got it, guys. We've all got all of the gifts that we were given when we came to the planet in this lifetime because we're supposed to use them for our benefit. Our benefit. Okay? And that's important that we understand that, right? Because eventually we'll all be telling our story from the heart. I was talking to a friend that used to work for me in Chicago, and we had a nice little 2-hour conversation because she's going through some pretty cool ascension that she didn't know what the hell's going on with her life, and it's interesting. Again, we all change, right? But the contrast of who I was as her boss and her mentor and a friend, okay? Because I kind of treat I always have treated my employees kind of like my chickens, right? They're all kind of my family, and I want the best for them. I want them to be as best they can possibly be. And we had a little conversation afterwards about stuff, and it is nice to have people tell you how you've changed, okay? It's a good thing. It used to make me embarrassed because I didn't really want to show that side of myself. But I've talked about before, and you guys need to understand this too, we have to stand in ourselves, okay? As we get into 2023, all right, the knowing happens, Spirit says. The knowing happens, and that's true. We know more in 2023, right? It's going to be a fantastic year. It is going to be a year that I'm extremely excited about, okay? But on the other side of that, I'm going to weave this in. You're always going to hear about dark forces, okay? Always going to have some dark forces as everything shifts, as everything changes, okay? Don't be alarmed. You're part of the light. But there's people on the internet, okay, who champion in that they talk about the negativity. They talk about all the negative things that could happen with the full moon, or with the winter equinox, right? That, it could be cold around the country and people will freeze to death. But that is all, let me say this right. Them using their platform for fear. For fear. They'll say some good things too, but for fear, that's their dimensional, okay? Us living in fear is over with. It's done. And the more that people propagate that, I'm talking spiritual people, okay? Pam Gregory's one of them. I love what she talks about. I think she's a fantastic astrologer. But she gets on things that she talks about negativity. Starving people in this and starving people in that and floods all over Australia. Well, that's all fine and good. and blah, blah, blah. But that happens in America too, in the spring, just like it does in, but oh my gosh. And it has nothing to do, from what Spirit tells me, has nothing to do with this. It's all about change. And does it have something to do with the planets? It probably does, but it's the Earth's evolution, Spirit says. So there are always going to be dark forces around us, either talking to us or not getting to us, because they can't. I'm going to say that again. Dark forces cannot take you over. Hey, Jennifer. It doesn't happen unless your vibration is so low and so disgruntled and so angry and so victimhood-ish that they'll try it for a minute. And if it works, what the heck? We're going to stay for a while until the person pulls out of it. But I believe none of the people that watch Coaching for the Soul, either live or on YouTube, none of the people that listen that have readings with me, they wouldn't be coming to me with dark energy at all. Okay? Because again, that right there is ego. Using that fear, okay, to control you. Using that fear to keep you in your place. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. You're going to move right past it. So why not believe that dark energy that somebody's talking about, or anything like that, is nothing but bullshit? I've actually had people come to me in a reading at psychic fairs and things like that, say, oh my gosh, somebody told me 3 years ago, that's all yin-yang baloney. That is meant to control you. They're tapping into your negative ego. They're tapping into your energy that you're trying to get rid of, that ego controls. Everything is good. Everything is fine. We're all going to get to where we're supposed to go. Do we have to step around the mud puddles and the dog poop? Yes. But you know what? It's all good. Keeps us conscious. Keeps us in the right place at the right time. Keeps us moving forward, right? And right now we're moving forward at quantum speed. It is crazy how fast we're going. Okay? Does that mean that we can't still be conscious? Not at all. Not at all. It's about understanding as much as you possibly can, and telling yourself and talking to yourself out loud, and getting control of finding your balance, allowing them to help you find your balance, allowing them to help you with the things that you need help with. Because the more that you do that, Spirit is right. This is not a sermon. Not a sermon at all. I don't know why I said that. It's about truth. It's about making sure that you're connected. Making sure that you're doing your part, not all the time. Trust me, this is exhausting. Transformation is exhausting. And if anybody tries to say, oh, it's fun, glorious, that's great on you, but for me it's a little bit tedious, a little hard, It's okay. Because tomorrow's going to be another day, usually. Okay? Tomorrow's going to be okay. This is the next thing I'm going to talk about. It's kind of going boom, 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 right? Tomorrow's not promised. Live for today. Live for today. Okay? I talk to people about that all the time. Hey, Otis, I talk to my family about that all the time, right? The planners, because of how we were brought up. How my generation was brought up. Plan, 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 plan. Plan, 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 plan. Plan for your future. Plan for your future. Plan for your future. Well, that's all fine and good. That's great. Okay? But are you living today? Are you having that little treat that you would like to have today? Are you taking joy in your day? Or are you in fear and frustration and crazy energy that you wish you could get out of, but you allow yourself to be in? And people will say, and I've said it too, I don't know how to shift it. Talk. 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 Do a 11-minute Steve Noble guided meditation. Take the time, right? Eat your favorite food. Have your favorite drink, as long as it's not alcohol or weed or whatever. Drugs. Because that messes up your spiritual energy so that it kind of wobbles instead of it being a beam. But it's about being conscious, okay? It's not even the whole bag of jelly beans. It's about having a handful of whatever you need to have, right? Control. being conscious of what you're putting into your body. But those little things can get you through a day of WTF, spiritually, right? Even if you don't have time to do a 11-minute meditation, okay? Even if you listen to meditation on your way to work, just to hear Steve Noble's voice, or just to do some breathing exercises, or just to get through. Because what happens when we're in fear, we project out. Things will last all day until we unconsciously lose that energy. This used to happen to me at work all the time. I'd be in a kind of a funky mood in the morning, and then customers would come in because the store was always busy, and I was doing something, blah, 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 blah. And I would, as soon as I waited on 1 or 2 or 3 people, and I was voicing and talking to customers and things like that, it all went away. Because talking is the best way for you to let that energy out of your body. Truly is. Truly is. See? And again, having 3 or 4 tools that you can do every day if you have to, right? And not beating yourself up, Spirit says. Stop beating yourself up. He goes, people, I know, right? Even me. I've done it too. We all have. Ego. Beating us up, beating us up, beating us up, beating us up. Stop. Stop. Again, you can even say, Bill, stop beating yourself up. Don't use Bill, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bill, stop. Bill, and I do that all the time. Bill, what do you think? Bill, stop. That's who we aren't that person anymore. Or this is what I usually say, Bill, that's bullshit. What do you think about that crap for? Chimes. It's bullshit. What are you doing? Falling back into past behaviors, like I talked about with my family on Tuesday. Yeah. See? My protector ego was like, boom, defense. I gotta corral the wagons, take care of my family, because there's people that are sick, that are not gonna get better. See? So that's who I've always been. But I cut myself. And that's the key. The key for all of us is to understand that we are not the people we were last week. We're not the person we were a month ago, or a year ago, or 2 years ago. We're all stepping forward. We're all marching forward, Spirit says. And you need to stand in that. Has everything shifted? No, it's not gonna shift like that. I'm in this 8.5 years now, right? And I never thought I'd be the person I am today. I didn't know who this person is. So I couldn't project who I wanted to be. I thought it was somebody different when I did think about it. But you can't think about it because you don't know where you're going, and it's all wonderful, and it's all abundant, and it is all beautiful, and it is all glorious, and it is like, oh my God, I wish it was here my entire life. You get there. Even the old folks do, right? That's why we chose to be here in this lifetime, is to go through the transformation, is to be part of the change, to witness the change, to be industrious in the change, Spirit says, and using this time to completely regenerate ourselves, to completely move ourselves forward, to completely be here for this great expansion. And feeling, Spirit says, and feeling. Human does not feel. If human feels, it is sorrow, it is negative, it is upsetness, it is critical, it's all negative stuff. It's all negative things, the majority of the time. The happy times we try and live in, but do you recognize what they are? I have done more of that in the past year and a half than I've ever done in my life. With Lee, with Bailey, how blessed I am. With my friends, how blessed I am. Do they think that, I don't know what they, right? We don't talk about that kind of stuff. Lee and I don't talk about that stuff. But I can sit back and I can see my family and how thankful I am, right? That I have a person in my life that I love. He loves me. I got a dog that adores me. I adore him. We have an okay place to live. We're not hungry. We're not cold, right? We can pay our bills, right? It's good. I'm blessed with that. And I'm thankful for that, right? That doesn't mean I'm not ready to move to Hawaii, right? It's coming. We have to think like that, right? We have to be okay with where we're at so we can move forward. If we don't do that, you sit in negativity. You sit in WTF. Hey, Adrian, you sit in, how come I'm not further? How come you're not supposed to be. You're right where you're supposed to be right now, so make do. Make peace with that. Go, you know what? I'm okay. I made peace with the fact I'm going to be here for another winter. Okay, cool. Whatever. As our energy rises, as we get in a higher vibration, as things start to pick us up like a freaking tidal wave and move us into the future, and we get there, you're going to look back and go, holy God, I can't believe how quick that was. It's 2023. In 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Can you believe that? Pandemic will be 3 years old. Really? It was that long ago? That's how fast it goes. So think about that. Think about how different you are. Think about how things have changed in your life. And it's going to continue to change for the better. Does that mean that if we're more conscious, we can let things go easier? Exactly. That's the key to consciousness, right? That's the key to doing your work as often as you can. If you can't do it, you can't do it. Don't feel bad because you can't do it. The thing you have to be conscious about, though, is ego controlling that and giving you something else to do other than, when you have a minute, doing your spiritual work. In the shower is the best thing in the world because I'm by myself. I'm doing my thing. I'm talking to spirit, where I'm having downloads. I'm having conversations. We're talking back and forth. Or I'm listening to some music. Or I'm listening to a meditation or something like that. But yeah, because I'm by myself. No dog, no partner. See? Everybody has that time, usually, at some point. Okay? And it can just be to go, and that's okay. That's okay. Just sit. Just stand in the shower. Sit in the bathtub, right? Soak. Go stand outside. Put your feet on the dirt. Put your feet on the ground if you are not in a place that's cold. Even if you are, sometimes that works too. But the more that we're conscious of that, the more that we use that to our advantage, Spirit says, the easier it is for your transformation. Easier for your transformation. As we go forward with all of this energy, as we go forward with all the gamma rays, taking our human bodies and elevating them, because it's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere. And as our egos are challenged, and we let them go more and more every day, until it switches into a positive ego, which gives us positive affirmations. We know who we are, usually, and everything we look at is fantastic. Yeah, there's some negativity over there, but that's okay. I'm over here on the green light side. All green lights today. All green lights this week. All green lights this month. All green lights this year. Sometimes you have to proclaim that. Sometimes you have to say that out loud to Spirit. I'm looking forward to all green lights this week. All green lights this month. All green lights this year. And if there's a couple bumps in the road, we expect bumps in the road, right? But a lot of change is going to happen in 2023. I know. He said, with the boost up in energy on December 21st, he goes, be ready. Be ready. And if you don't get a high of a burst as you think you should, you're not ready yet. Maybe it happens on New Year's Day. Maybe it happens on February 14th. Maybe it happens on Easter Day. Maybe it happens on Memorial Day. Maybe it happens on June 3rd, which is no big deal, right? But it's going to happen. And that's what you have to understand truly and believe and stand in. The fact that your soul chose to be here at this time for a reason. And it's not for the hurt. It's not for the bullshit. It's not for the anger. It's not for any of that. It's to lose that. It's to lose it. Become a conscious human being that is like, I get it. That's pretty freaking cool. Spirit, how do I know that right there? And who's talking to my left ear? Who is that? Hey, Suze. That's the deal. Because it's going to happen. I know. Spirit says, the thing that we have a problem with is that sometimes you try too hard. Sometimes you try too hard. It's true. Because we get fixated in our brains, in our minds, right? that, okay, if I do A, B, C, and D, I'll get there sooner. Been there, done that. That stuff don't work. Just understanding that, okay, I'm going to get there when I'm supposed to get there. And my sister said something the other day which absolutely floored me, because I've been talking about this with her for years. We've been talking about some things going on and blah, 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 stuff in the family, thing like that. And she said to me, Bill, in the last 3 weeks, I've changed so much. I don't know why. I'm like, okay, don't know why, but I've come to terms with, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Don't have a freaking plan. Plans don't work. Ever. Might work for getting a new job, or getting a new house, or having children, whatever. But the kids are going to come when the kids are going to come. Already planned. House going to come when the house going to come. New job's going to come, new job's going to come. You can search the internet for weeks and months before the job shows up. And all you have to do is put it out there. Spirit is what I want to do. Go on a job site once a week. Believe the job's going to get there. Believe the job's going to be okay. Believe you're going to be all right. And guess what happens? Job shows up. Jobs. See? You have to believe. You have to just believe that they're going to have your back, because they always do. How many times how many times have they saved you in your lifetime? Me, half dozen times. Not that I was going to die, but they gave me some pretty good information that I didn't know that I needed, right? True. How many times have you been saved? Right? Intuition, fight or flight. Yeah. See? All the coincidences, which there are none, that we deal with every day. That we deal with every day. Nothing's coincidence. Everything happens exactly how it's planned. Again, free will, the whole blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But you're still going to make the timeline. That's the awesome thing about it. You're still going to make the timeline. You're still going to get there. At the right time, at the right place, the whole thing. We're the ones going, okay, but no, stop. But for my sister to say that, triumph. Triumph. Because it's true. We'll figure it out. You don't have to have a plan for every single event in our life. Don't have to. Don't have to. Believe it's going to come to you when you're supposed to get it. That's the truth. Is it on our timeline because we want it yesterday? No. That comes about money. That comes about jobs. That comes about babies. That comes about relationships. That comes about everything. Everything is going to happen when it's supposed to. And nothing you can do is going to stop it. Except for not accepting it when it is building up into your life. Because we all know, positive out, positive back. Negative out, negative back. Right? Will it still get here in time? Yeah. But you're in a much better place to accept it when you're balanced. Or as balanced as possible. Because we're not always going to be balanced. We're being hit with so much energy from the universe, the gamma rays and things like that. All the energy from the full moons. All the energy from the winter solstice. The equinoxes. I mean, the eclipses. I mean, everything is going to affect our daily lives. So we have to stay in that place of, you know what? Today wasn't bad. And we give gratitude at the end of the day or during the day to them. Spirit, today was a really great day. Thank you. I am so grateful for my business today. I'm so grateful for meeting that person today. I'm so grateful that somebody reached out to me today, as people do, right? I'm so grateful for the person at the grocery store who was nice to me today, who was really enjoyable. Bingo. Right? Or, Spirit says, true, I'm grateful for my attitude today, for my energy today. I did a really good job. Bingo. Think about that. I've never said that to anybody. That is a new clue. That's a new mantra for Bill. I'm in gratitude to myself for how I was today. I was kind, I was loving, even though the world is a crazy place sometimes. Sometimes it's a crazy place. It's supposed to be a crazy place. Because out of chaos comes what? Us. Us. Comes light. Comes love. Comes understanding. Comes ascension. Nothing wrong with that. But things have to be effed up. We all know this, right? As we ascend out of them, because we learn we don't want to be that anymore. When we allow ourselves to let our stuff go. When we take care of ourselves by telling ourselves how many times a day we love ourselves. Important. Somebody said to me today that they found it interesting that I promote I love yous and not something else. And I'm like, well, you need to talk to yourself in third person. Because you got to fill that love picture up, right? That emotional picture, P-I-T-C-H-E-R, that's in your chest, that you need to fill up because you're giving your emotion every day, every hour of every day, to other people by being nice. Your family, your kids, your wife, your husband, your partners, whatever, your job, your boss, your coworkers, right? You're trying to be the force of positivity, usually. Well, you have to give yourself that I love yous. And I found that interesting from the person who asked me that question today. It was an interesting thing because no one has ever said that. So no, third person is the best way to talk to yourself. The best way for you to fill yourself up, right? Because if you expect the world to tell you that they love you, it ain't gonna happen. Unless you got babies and kids, who say, Mommy, Daddy, I love you. Honey, I love you too. Bailey says it all the time, but, I told him today, I said, you need to talk to your daddy about that. He was talking about something. He said, you got to talk to your dad about that. Your other daddy. Talk to your other daddy about that. He's like, okay, that's how it works. See? So we have to do that for ourselves. And it's super, super important. It is super important. Okay, close that out. Next thing is this. I want to talk about, again, we want to talk about the state of the world. All right? And what does that mean? Dark forces are there. They're always going to be there, blah, 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 blah. But they're falling one at a time, right? There's upheaval in places that are not an upheaval. Again, that could be dark forces that people want to. No, that's transformation. Okay? Everything's going to be fine. Everything is in transformation. Everything that we can that triggers us, triggers our negative ego, our fear ego, let's call it, at this point. Our fear ego is meant to be overcome, Spirit says. We have to overcome our fear ego of the world. Light and dark will always happen. But we chose to be here when there's more light. There's much more light. There's much more light. Hi, Mary. There's much more light. Okay? The dark is going to be there until it falls. Does it mean it's going to get to a level where it's still there, but it's kind of in the gutter? Yes. Our people will start to perish? Yes. Okay? And it's okay. And it's okay. What we have to be focused on is making sure that we understand that the darkness is there in countries, okay? But there's people that are not succeeding in their plots and things like that. They're being found out. Peru and Germany are two of the points I'll bring up today from yesterday and the day before. Okay, coup plot in Germany, foiled. Peru, president wanted to just dissolve Congress and whatever it is. No, okay, nobody stuck on that. Okay, Pratik, right? The world is not behind them, Spirit says. The energy is not behind them. The ascension is not behind them. He says, and it's not New World Order. It is living in a higher dimensional energy, which all of us can live as a collective in peace. And transformation is dirty, right? Transformation is dirty in ourselves personally and the world at large. And we have to understand that and not be hopeless, because that's lower dimensional energy. It doesn't serve you at all. It doesn't serve you at all. Not at all. And doesn't serve your future, right? It's okay. Again, they're playing with my nose, guys. Sorry. It's okay to have negative thoughts, We're all going to have that, like I call them bullshit thoughts. And pretty much stand in that and understanding that I'm glad I'm receiving that message, right? But I have to choose how I take it. Choose how I take it. You do too. Is it worth it? Is it worth even? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Hey, Erica, it's not worth it. And what's funny is that you have to learn that through engagement. You have to learn that through engagement, right? Oh my God, what am I in this wormhole for? Oh my gosh, why am I having a conversation with this person? Oh my gosh, why am I keeping that thought? Oh my God, it doesn't serve me. And I say many, many times, Bill, what are you doing? It doesn't serve you at all. Let that shit go. What are you doing? You're not that person anymore. I've written many texts to people and deleted them. Right? Doesn't serve me. I'm not going to put that energy out there because what happens is it comes back to you and it keeps, no, I'm not playing that game. It's third dimensional. Spirit is, that's what the dinosaur humans used to do like 3 years ago. Yeah. Because he says humanity, the light workers, the star seeds have ascended so high in 2 years, going on 3 years. They're yet to see it. I can see it. I can feel it. With the tribe around me and the people that I know, like you guys, things like that. People watch the program. People watch my videos. People who text back and forth with me. People who are on my Bill Clairvoyant page on Facebook and stuff like that. Yeah, it's all good. I see the change in everybody. And I love the fact that people still text me to ask me questions. I'm like, that is so freaking cool. Of course, do that. That's what it's all about. Right? Or Facebook message me, stuff like that. That right there tells you that the tribe that we have is in ascension. Because they've all grown together. And what's funny is that some people who were in the tribe, who left the tribe, are now coming back to the tribe. Why? Because they're being called back to the light. They were muggles before, and I told them that they had light. There were going to be these people, I'm not going to be that person, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 people, all of a sudden they're filtering back in. Interesting, right? Because they're part of the tribe that is left for a minute. And all of you can do the same thing. You go away for a minute. It's okay. Do you have to live it like I live it every day? No, not your job. But you have to live it when it's presented, right? When you feel that feeling of gratitude, that feeling of love, that feeling of satisfaction, that feeling of, oh my God, I love who I am. Because you do. You really do. You just don't know how to say it yet, Spirit says. Don't know how to feel it yet. Because you got just a little bit more. This much, Spirit says, of dirt you got to take off. Not like this. It's not like this. Not like this. No. You're far more ahead than you think you are. And when you have that epiphany, that glorious epiphany of this is effing crazy, I can't wait to hear about it. Because, again, it's going to happen. And when it does, you're going to be like, oh my God, Bill, this is crazy. I'm seeing blah, 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 blah. Or I'm seeing blah, 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 blah. Or I'm hearing blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah. And I will tell the story again. Like when I was a child, I had a dream more than once. Standing up in my front yard in Jackson, and there was another kid there too, and all of a sudden the fire truck fell out of the sky. I had that dream multiple times as a child, and I've had it in the last year and a half. And I would say to the person, to this kid, he goes, where'd that fire truck come from? Oh, there's quantum energy up there. See how the clouds just parted? And there's this beam of energy that flows around the earth, and it moves really fast. I said, yeah, it comes out of quantum energy. That's a different dimension. It's like 5, 8, 12, 13. And then again at 62, 61. Boom. Those are things that tell you your future. Those are things that you document. Those are things that are super, super cool. Because the higher your vibration is, the more in higher dimensional energy you get, you're going to be there anyway. Might as well enjoy it. It's going to be awkward. Oh, it's going to be awkward as hell. Like, Bill, I don't feel right today. Okay, what are you feeling like? I'm feeling kind of loopy and kind of, my head's kind of blurry. Well, that's going to be. Because also, that's when you're in your higher dimensional energy and your body's going, WTF, what's that? Yeah. Yeah. So as we go through the end of the year, we get that big old punch of energy on December 21st. On January 1st. All the way through March. And there's a Mercury retrograde in there too, but I'm not really worried about it on the 29th of December. Well, we might talk about it next week or the week after. I'm not really sure. But Spirit told me it's not going to be that big of a deal. But that's going to be part of the, that's going to be part of the winter solstice, because it'll be in pre-shadow. The winter solstice and going into New Year's, how things will shift. Okay? And look for things to happen in our government in that like period of 2, 3, 4 weeks. Okay, good things from my point of view. Yeah, people are being held accountable, and that's what it's all about. So don't worry about anything. Don't worry about the dark energy. Don't worry about the dark forces. Understand that you're in the light. Understand that everything is good. Understand that you're loved. Turn that love on yourself, Spirit says, right? Make yourself as I know. Love yourself as much as you possibly can. Because when you do that, you become love, right? Your energy shifts inside. Crazy. Do people still bring you negative energy? Oh, yeah. Stand in that love, Bill. Stand in that love. That person is whack. That person is crazy. Obviously, they haven't learned anything yet. They're the same person they was, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And I'm going to say this pretty quick, that I'm planning my 45-year class reunion, which I did the 40th, okay, 5 years ago, in 2018. And it's interesting how many people now are not interested in the reunion any longer, who are big old people in reunions for the past 40 years. Yeah. Higher dimensional energy or not, right? That's how you notice that people have shifted. People that were big supporters, people that were into it, people that were so excited, barely a trickle. My energy shifted too. But I'm the one who's doing it, not painstakingly, but with Spirit's help. I need a venue, Spirit, help me find one. Boom. Need it to be this amount of money. Boom. Da, 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 da. And they follow me anyway, right? I mean, they're so glad that I'm doing the reunion. So glad that, yeah, okay, I get it. And I'll take that. I'll take that, right? As you should too. So again, there's a clear indication of people who have ascended and people who have not. People who want nothing to do with anything from their past because they're still in third dimension, right? And others that are, oh my God, I love it, it's great. They've adjusted, they understand, they get it. So when those things happen, journal them, document them, put them on your phone, right? So you don't forget. Because you think you're going to be able to remember. As we lose this, as we move forward, as we get in higher dimension, in a 4 and 5D, maybe 6D in 10, 15 years, whatever, that's going to be gone. But it'd be kind of cool to look back on a pad and go, you know what? I remember that. Or on your computer, on your phone, right? It'd be cool to go, maybe you write a book. Maybe you have a TV show. Maybe you do all those kind of things, right? Right? So Erica says, how can you tell which level of ascension you're in? You can't. You can't. I will tell you that we're pretty much all in 4D, okay? We still have remnants of 3D, which is our frustration, our anger, our energy that's negative. But 4D, we're definitely living in that now, all of us are. And that can be frustrating for people because they don't understand why they feel different. Now, as you go through your ascension, this can happen in certain days, it can happen for an hour a day, right? Out of the blue. When you feel lightheaded, when you feel lots of love, when you feel like, life is freaking good. And just kind of floating around, it's kind of like, man, nothing can touch me. I'm way up here. It is awesome. That's when you're in 5D or higher. Okay? Spirit just showed me space Astronauts on a tether. Astronauts on a tether in space, tethered to the space shuttle or the space station, right? Or Earth, Spirit says. How about being tethered to Earth? We're up there, we're floating. It's all good because we know we're safe. No one's going to get us. It's all going to be good. What about constant deja vu? That's awesome. If you're getting constant deja vus, that means you've lived it before in another dimension. Of course, living in another dimension, and I always thought that was crazy crackpot stuff. But I'm telling you what, from what they've showed me, trust me. And my little, and the fire truck falling out of the sky, yes. Deja vu is remembrances that in this dimension, let's say 4D, that maybe we've already done a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever, in 5D or 60 or 70. I know. We are multi-dimensional beings, Spirit says. I always thought that being in different dimensional, like third, fourth, fifth dimensional energy. No. It means, and I can't really picture it yet. It kind of eludes me. But deja vus are beautiful. Again, document them. They're like lucid dreams. Document them. I talk on my phone. I've got some stuff on my phone from 2018 that blows my mind on what I channeled one morning for like an hour. I mean, this is 2018. I've been doing this for like 3.5 years. And one morning I wake up and blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden I grab my phone. I'm like, okay, we're going to talk about this. And I just let it loose. And I was done after about 45 minutes. I'm like, I was exhausted, number one. Number two, I'm like, holy cannoli, what is that about? That's how it can happen, everybody. That's why I say, you got to make sure that you document. So how do we get our egos out of 3D? I feel like I'm stuck. Talking out loud, okay? Erica, the best way to do it is to say, ego, that's not true, that's a lie. When ego starts to tell you stuff that's from your past or puts you into fear or wants you to go backwards, ego, that's not true, that's a lie. All you do is lie to me, ego. I'm not listening to you. All you do is lie. Ego, stop. That's a lie. I'm not listening to you. If you have those type of statements and calling ego out, ego eventually will stop having conversations with you more often than not. It will start to relax. Mine now resides on the right side of my head, right about here, ready to be triggered. Ready to be triggered. But it took me 9 months of constantly calling it out in 2019? Probably 2019, where I was like, okay, Spirit has told me what to do, and I did it, right? But the best way to do it is that way, from what they tell me, okay? And I think that's because it's energy. We have to combat our inners, right? We have to be able to show our inside self, our egos. All of our navigational things that human has always had in third dimension that we no longer need, we have to overcome and understand that we are the charter, we are the captain of our charter. We are the captain of our life. Where in past lives, we have not been in charge of our, that feels good. Ooh, shit, that's great. It's true. We're the captain of this vessel, where in the past we have not been. Because we were in survival mode. We were in fear. And now we are not. So talking back to our ego, pushing back on it, right? Pushing back on ourselves, saying, again, like I said before, Bill, what do you think? That's not who you are anymore. That's bullshit. Stop doing that stuff. That's bullshit. And I pull out of it like that. That's how I talk to myself. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Because again, I've been talking to myself since I was a child, out loud. Just to drive my mother crazy. Who are you talking to? Me? Well, do it quiet. Do it quietly. Well, I can't do it quietly. So I'd kind of like talk under my breath, right? But I got the best answers when I was talking out loud to myself. Because of them. Same way now. And I know people are going to say, Bill, I don't feel comfortable talking out loud. That's okay. It's okay. You'll get used to it. Especially when you make a statement and your heart goes boom. Or you go, ooh, I got chills. Oh my God, from my neck up to my crown chakra. That was a winner. Yeah. They're going to give you the chills. They've got to get you some way to react. But everyone gets stuck in 3D, a big transformation, because they're pulling away from that control that has been with you for thousands of years since you came to the planet from someplace else as a speck of dust. And decided, you know what? I'm going to go to Earth and be a human. This couldn't be that hard, could it? I know. Spirit says most ETs, let's call them, or, whatever. I'll call them foreigners, world foreigners, universal foreigners, come here with anticipation. I cannot wait to do that. Oh, I cannot wait to do that. Talk about how we were too when we all came. This 12,000-year-old Capricorn. Yeah, right? But that doesn't mean that it didn't suck most of the time, because all we came for is the pain and aggravation and the emotional garbage, the struggle, okay? And now the blessing is we're in the age of Aquarius, right? We've all heard of that. If you haven't, Google it. If you haven't heard the Fifth Dimension song from 1968, Google it. That's what it's about. She says, last question, I swear. Okay, Erica. What's the difference between self-sabotaging thoughts and ego-driven thoughts? Okay, self-sabotaging thoughts are connected to ego, which is connected to your heart. Okay, self-sabotaging and ego pretty much are the same thing, right? It just depends on how deep it goes, right? If it comes from past experience in this lifetime, then that is self-sabotage. Okay, that is yourself, you're human, going, okay, I need to self-sabotage that because the energy feels like it did when I was 12. Not going there. Intuition. When it could be something that you do need to clear from your body. Okay? Ego is always going to tell you no. Don't go in there. Kind of the same thing, but self-sabotage is more personal in this lifetime. Okay? Ego remembers every lifetime that you died. Okay? So it uses that as self-sabotage in cases of big changes in your life. Human self-sabotage, I call it emotional sabotage, right? Human emotional self-sabotage comes from things that happened in this lifetime. Ego knows about it. It will pull that on you in a minute if it could. But 9 times out of 10, it's our intuition, right? Going, okay, that feels relatively familiar, and I don't think I want to go in there. I don't think I want to go back home. I don't think I want to talk to my father or my mother. I don't want to talk to that person. I don't think I can do that job. I don't think I can do that job. I don't think I can be a parent. I don't think I can do that job. That's self-sabotage from this lifetime. And I've never said that to anybody in my life. So, again, another good thing from Spirit. Yeah. I always thought they were kind of the same. But he goes, no, they're not. James, they're not. Okay? And that makes sense. Makes total sense. I get it now. Ego is from past lives. Human emotional self-sabotage is from this lifetime. It's our intuition. It's our negative intuition. Not in a sense. No. Remembering energy that hurt us. Remembering energy that did not feel good. Okay? Yeah. That would make sense. Makes total sense to me now. Thanks, Spirit. That's pretty cool. So, do a little business now, if you guys don't mind. This year, I'm doing gift certificates for 30, 60, and 90 minutes. If you buy gift certificates for people, you get a 15-minute reading for free. Okay? I had people so far buying 1 or 2 or 3, and they're like, Bill, can I use the 45 minutes? Of course you can. Use them all at the same time. So you kind of get a 45 or 60-minute reading just by buying people gifts. And they can use them all the way through 2023. Prices of readings will go up January 15th. So if you want readings for yourself for next year, buy gift certificates. Because not only do you get a 30-minute, 60-minute, 90-minute reading, you get an additional 15 minutes on top of that you can use later if you want to. Bonus, okay? Element packages are on billhobart.com. I'm going to enhance them next year, hence the price will go up. I think I'm worth a little bit more money with my coaching and things like that and my availability. So they'll go up maybe 20%. So if you want to buy somebody an element package for $200, $300, $400, $600, you get 30 minutes or 30 minutes or 50 minutes or 30 minutes for yourself. Kind of a good deal. And if you buy it for yourself, you get that too. So have your partner or whoever buy it, for your mom, your dad, whatever, best friend. If you want that package, say something to them. They're $200, $300, $400, and $600 or something like that. Yeah, close to, I don't know. Yeah. I'm doing readings every day. I'm doing readings this Saturday. If anybody wants a reading, I've got noon to 2 o'clock open so far. Yeah. So if you want that, BillHobart.com. Yeah, we're speeding towards Hanukkah and we're speeding towards Christmas. It's going to happen sooner than we think. So I love everybody. Namaste. If you need something, let me know. 248-310-7689. You can text me. I will not answer the phone after 7 o'clock, after I make dinner for this, right? Everything with me is on shutdown. I have a home phone, a landline, and if you had readings with me, you know that number. You can always call me. But if I answer it, that'll be a different story. But usually won't, unless there's something that, unless Spirit says, gotta answer that, right? So I'm always available. Understand that, guys. You can always text me. You can get, again, on the website, you can get to me with questions or whatever. Everything like that is good. I'm always available. I will always be available. I want everybody to understand that. We're a tribe. It's all good, right? It's all good. And I want everybody to understand that you are who you are for a reason, Spirit says. Okay? That's a blessing. That's a blessing, everybody. You are who you are for a reason, and it's not a bad thing. No one's bad. You're just stuck. Or you're really ascending. Or you're really confused. Or ego's really crazy. Yeah, it's all that crap. Until you come out of it and you have this amazing light and you go, what is that about? Yeah, because it's going to happen with everybody. So keep that faith. Keep that faith in your heart. Keep that faith in your head. Remind yourself every day by talking out loud to your spirit guides and guardian angels, asking what you freaking want. Let them bring it to you. Let them bring it to you because they will. All right, guys. I'll see you next Thursday. Coaching for the Soul. Thursdays at 3.